The Ark of the Covenant. Its name alone evokes a sense of ancient mystery and immense power. Picture a simple chest, yet one that commands both reverence and fear. This is no ordinary box. This is the Ark, a vessel believed to house the very essence of the divine. Crafted from wood and gold, it is said to be charged with divine energy, capable of vanquishing foes and shaking the earth. Throughout the ages, the Ark has captured our imaginations. Kings and conquerors have pursued it, driven by ambition and the allure of its legendary power. Scholars and theologians have pondered its significance, its purpose, and its ultimate destiny. The Ark is a paradox, a physical object imbued with spiritual significance. Its story is a rich tapestry woven from threads of faith, conquest, and enigma. It is a narrative that spans from the arid sands of Sinai to the majestic splendor of Solomon's temple. And it is a tale that, ultimately, leads us to a mystery that has persisted for millennia. The Ark of the Covenant is more than a mere historical artifact. It is a symbol of the divine, a testament to the power of faith, and a reminder that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. Yet, the quest for such mysteries is often as captivating as the answers themselves. The tale of the Ark begins with the dramatic exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. This was no ordinary journey. It was a monumental migration of a people in search of freedom and a new destiny. Led by Moses, these former slaves embarked on a grueling trek towards the Promised Land. Their path was fraught with challenges, but it was also a journey fueled by faith and hope. On Mount Sinai, a pivotal moment occurred when God handed Moses the Ten Commandments. These sacred laws were to define their covenant and shape the future of the Israelites. The tablets, inscribed with divine words, were destined for the Ark. They were more than mere stone. They were the bedrock of a new way of life, guiding a people in search of their identity. God provided explicit instructions for the Ark's construction. Every detail was meticulously planned, reflecting the sacred nature of this divine artifact. The Ark was to be crafted from acacia wood, a resilient timber found in the Sinai desert. This choice was symbolic, connecting the Ark to the land they journeyed through. Measuring about 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high, the chest was to be overlaid with pure gold inside and out. This gold was not just for decoration. It symbolized the Ark's purity and holiness. The gold represented the divine presence that would inhabit the Ark. The artisan's skill in working with such precious materials was a testament to their dedication and craftsmanship. Atop the Ark was the mercy seat, a solid gold lid. This was the Ark's focal point, where the divine and mortal realms would converge. Two golden cherubim with outstretched wings faced each other on the mercy seat. These cherubim were not merely decorative. They were symbolic guardians of the divine presence. This was the most sacred spot, where God's presence was believed to manifest. It was a place of profound spiritual significance, where the divine communicated with the chosen leader of the Israelites. From between these cherubim, God would speak to Moses, delivering laws and guidance. This communication was a direct link between the divine and the earthly, a channel of wisdom and instruction. The Ark was more than a container for the tablets. It was a physical representation of God's covenant with His chosen people. It symbolized their unique relationship with the divine, reminding them of their responsibilities and blessings. The Ark symbolized God's presence among them, His protection, and His guidance. It was a constant reminder that they were under the watchful eye of a higher power. The Ark's detailed and specific construction underscored its sacred nature and importance in the lives of the Israelites. It was a masterpiece of craftsmanship, blending artistry and spirituality, reflecting the profound connection between the divine and the human. As the Israelites traversed the wilderness, the Ark of the Covenant stood as a beacon of their victories and challenges. It was far more than a mere object. It symbolized their sacred agreement with God, embodying His promises and presence among them. Crafted from acacia wood and overlaid with pure gold, The ark housed the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, Aaron's rod, and a pot of manna, all constructed according to divine specifications. Carried by priests from the tribe of Levi, the ark led the way, serving as a visible sign of God's presence. These priests bore the ark on their shoulders using poles, ensuring no one touched the holy artifact directly. This act was not just a physical duty, but a spiritual one, symbolizing their role as intermediaries between God and the people. When the Israelites approached the Jordan River, the waters miraculously parted before the ark, allowing them to cross on dry land. This event mirrored the earlier miracle of the Red Sea, reinforcing the belief that the ark was a conduit of divine power. As the priest's feet touched the water's edge, the river ceased to flow, creating a path for the entire nation to cross safely. On the battlefield, the ark served as a powerful symbol. It wasn't a weapon in the traditional sense, but its presence signified that God was fighting alongside the Israelites. The sight of the ark rallied the troops, filling them with a sense of invincibility, while simultaneously demoralizing their enemies who knew of its legendary power. The ark's presence instilled courage in the hearts of the Israelites and struck fear into their enemies. Stories of the ark's power spread far and wide, causing many adversaries to tremble at the thought of facing an army that carried such a divine artifact. The ark was as much a psychological weapon as it was a spiritual one, its reputation preceding it in every conflict. During the siege of Jericho, the ark was carried around the city walls for 7 days. This unique military strategy, commanded by God, involved a silent march around the city once each day for 6 days, with the ark at the center of the procession. On the 7th day, they circled the city 7 times, a number symbolizing completeness and divine intervention. On the 7th day, the priests blew their trumpets, the people shouted, and the walls came tumbling down. This miraculous event demonstrated the power of obedience to God's commands and the might of the ark. The fall of Jericho was not just a military victory, but a spiritual triumph, showcasing the ark's role in fulfilling God's promises to his people. The ark's power was not to be taken lightly. It was a sacred object that demanded reverence and respect. Those who approached it with the wrong intentions or without proper sanctity faced dire consequences. The ark was a reminder of the holiness of God and the seriousness of his covenant with Israel. When the Philistines captured the ark in battle, they placed it in the temple of their god, Dagon. They believed that by capturing the ark, they had defeated the God of Israel. However, they soon learned that the ark's power could not be contained or controlled by foreign gods. Overnight, Dagon's statue fell prostrate before the ark, its head and hands broken off. This was a clear sign that the God of Israel was supreme, and no other deity could stand before him. The destruction of Dagon's statue was a powerful message to the Philistines about the futility of their idolatry. The Philistines themselves were struck with plagues, a testament to the ark's power and the danger of disrespecting it. Tumors and other afflictions spread among the people, causing widespread panic and suffering. Realizing the severity of their mistake, the Philistines decided to return the ark to Israel, hoping to appease the God they had offended. The ark was a double-edged sword, a source of both blessing and curse. It brought victory and prosperity to those who honored it, but disaster and defeat to those who treated it with contempt. The dual nature of the ark's power was a constant reminder of the importance of faith and obedience. It represented the awesome power of God, a power that could be used for good or ill, depending on the reverence and respect it was shown. The ark was a focal point of worship and a symbol of God's covenant, reminding the Israelites of their special relationship with the divine. Its presence on the battlefield was a constant reminder that the Israelites were fighting not just for themselves, but for God himself. The ark's role in their victories and its impact on their enemies underscored the belief that their battles were divinely sanctioned and that their success was a testament to their faith and God's favor. After enduring years of wandering through the harsh wilderness, the Israelites, under the determined leadership of King David, finally established Jerusalem as their capital. This pivotal moment marked their transition from a nomadic existence to a more settled and centralized society. In a grand and symbolic act, David brought the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. He placed it in a tent, a temporary yet sacred dwelling, while he envisioned a more permanent and magnificent home for this holy artifact. The Ark, symbolizing the very presence of God, was central to the spiritual life of the Israelites. David's son, Solomon, renowned for his wisdom and wealth, would eventually bring this vision to life. Solomon undertook the monumental task of building the first temple, a magnificent structure designed to house the Ark and serve as the epicenter of Israelite worship and religious life. Completed in the 10th century BC, Solomon's temple stood as a marvel of its time. Its grandeur and architectural brilliance were unparalleled, reflecting the glory and devotion of the Israelites to their God. The temple became a symbol of their faith and a testament to their cultural and religious achievements. The Ark was placed in the innermost chamber of the temple, known as the Holy of Holies. This sacred space was the focal point of the temple, representing the divine presence. The chamber was ornately decorated, befitting the sanctity of the Ark and the reverence with which it was regarded. Only the high priest was permitted to enter this sacred space, and even then, only once a year on the Day of Atonement. This annual ritual was a solemn and significant event, symbolizing the atonement of the people's sins and their reconciliation with God. The high priest's entry into the Holy of Holies was a moment of profound spiritual importance. But the Ark's time in the temple would not last. Despite the grandeur and sanctity of Solomon's temple, it was not immune to the ravages of time and the tumultuous events that would follow. In the 6th century BC, the Babylonians, led by the formidable King Nebuchadnezzar II, launched a devastating conquest of Jerusalem. The city, once a beacon of hope and faith, fell under the relentless assault of the Babylonian forces. The temple, the heart of Israelite worship, was destroyed. Its treasures were plundered, and the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred of all, vanished. The destruction of the temple marked a dark and sorrowful chapter in the history of the Israelites. The disappearance of the Ark remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Its fate has been the subject of countless theories and speculations, each adding to the intrigue and mystique surrounding this ancient artifact. The Bible itself offers no definitive answer to the Ark's fate. Its pages, while rich with history and spiritual guidance, leave this particular mystery unresolved, inviting generations of scholars and believers to ponder and search for clues. Some passages suggest that the Ark was among the treasures taken to Babylon. If true, it would have been part of the vast haul of sacred and valuable items seized by the Babylonians during their conquest. Others hint that it was hidden away before the Babylonians arrived, its location known only to a select few. This theory suggests a deliberate and desperate attempt to protect the Ark from falling into enemy hands, adding another layer of mystery to its story. Whatever its fate, the Ark vanished from history, leaving behind a void filled with speculation and intrigue. Its story, shrouded in mystery, continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world, a testament to its enduring significance and the profound impact it had on the history and faith of the Israelites.